According to cable news, it was the worst political moment in history.
I just want to thank you because you're very, very special people. You were here long before any of us were here. Although we have a representative in Congress who they say was here a long time ago. They call her Pocahontas.
It's just beautiful. But that sent the chatterballs chatterballing.
He seems like he's promoting it with this Pocahontas nonsense. It seems like he can't get off of you. Is he afraid of you?
If somebody came out and talked about white people the way he talks about these other groups, that person would be highly criticized, and rightfully so.
That remark met with stunned silence from everyone in the room, because everyone in that room knew it was a racist slur.
All right, someone should buy stock in fainting couches. So Trump called Liz Warren Pocahontas in a meeting with heroic code talkers. Bad timing, true, but racist, no. For a slur, it must be derogatory to the actual group. Here it was derogatory to a person, Warren, masquerading as part of that group. Trump calling her Pocahontas was in effect saying, I'm here with Native Americans, I know Native Americans, and you, Liz, are no Native American. An old Lloyd Benson favorite. Here's an analogy. Let's say you're Joe Scarborough, and I'm sorry. And you lamely try to play guitar, and then you see him and you say, hey, nice tune, Hendrix. That's not a slur against Jimi Hendrix. It's a jab at Joe, who's making a mockery of Hendrix's art. It's like when Chris Cuomo says something really, really stupidly obvious, and Wolf Blitzer looks at him and says, no Sherlock. Anyway, the experts in all things racist can't see that Liz Warren piggybacks on real Native Americans. But the reflex to shout racist exposes the irrational, emotionally charged bubble these people live in, which then Trump loves trolling. See the fake news trophy, which he says should be given out to the network that lies the most about our most favorite president, which is him. Trump says. And that little joke turned the media into molten jelly.
President Trump stepping up his attacks on the free press.
For the president to tweet what amounts to an assault on journalists who actually risk their lives to report the facts, it's stunning.
Assault! That's an assault. Is that news or a Real Housewives marathon? And when they aren't shrieking, they aren't showing up. Here's Chancey, i.e. Chuck and Nancy, failing to meet with Trump over the tax bill, giving Trump this awesome photo op. Where the hell is Chancey? Maybe they had other plans. Ironing Conyers' pants. Hiding from Al Franken's tongue. Locked in Matt Lauer's office. All right, finally. Last but not least, the other no-show, CNN, boycotting the White House Christmas party. They said, quote, in light of the president's continued attacks on freedom of the press at CNN, we do not feel it is appropriate to celebrate with him. How nice of them. It's like Scrooge pocketing the coal and giving away gold. Thank you, CNN. It's a gift everyone wanted. Now, of course, they did send reporters, which is good. You never know what happens at a Christmas party. Last year, remember Lou Dobbs and the ice sculpture? The emergency room still talks about it. Now, being at Fox News, we love to poke Yuletide fun at CNN. They're the Tiny Tim of news, cute and pious. And have you noticed they must be shown in every airport, or Democrats complain? I wish I could do that with Say Yes to the Dress. But I get CNN. Why attend a party hosted by a guy who constantly insults you? Even if it's in Bill Hemmer's hot tub, it's not worth it. Sorry, Bill. But there are two reasons why CNN should have showed up. First, he is the president, so you should go. Even when Obama complained about FNC, we went. Even Kilmeade came, and everyone hates him. Second, not going suggests a failure to comprehend Trump even after a year of his nonstop trash talk. At this point, if you still take that seriously, you're like Gramps using a rotary phone. Get with the time, CNN. And really, be grateful you're even invited. I wasn't invited to the Christmas party. Everyone else at the 5 and Fox News was. I would have gone, even to play an elf. Let's welcome tonight's glorious guest. We'll grab your pepper spray and body armor, because this guy's a riot. Actor, writer, and comedian Jamie Lissow. She is so bright, you can see her from space. The Federalist staff writer, Bree Payton. She's as brassy as I am gassy, and that's a lot. National Review reporter, Catherine Tim. And finally, he can inflate a blimp in 3 breaths. Former bodyguard, my massive sidekick, Tyrus. All right. Jamie, good to see you. What do you make of this? What do you make of Trump's overall... how about the Christmas party? Let's start with the Christmas party.
Yeah, and the one thing about Trump, though, that I did just realize, he said, like, I'm your favorite president. Like, he picked a thing where there's only one of it. You know what I mean? Like, that would be like me going, I'm the best comedian in Alaska, because that's where I live. I live in Alaska.
Yes.
We're like, yeah, we know, because you're the only one here.
Right.
But the Christmas party, I'm starting to think, like, if anyone has ever gone to a Christmas party, they're awful. And maybe no one wants to go to a Christmas party, and they're just looking to, like, because this happened, I'm boycotting my Christmas party. I'm not going.
Really?
Maybe everyone's just looking for an excuse not to go. I feel like it's going to be, at some point, just Trump all alone with a cake, telling everyone it was packed.
Yes, but you know what, Bree? Who cares, right? I mean, if they don't want to come, like I wasn't invited, and I would have gone. Meanwhile, my peers are there, Bree. I don't think that's fair.
Yeah, I think you're right. And also, I think, you know, the media, every time Donald Trump says something slightly negative about them, they take it and run with it for 2 days, right? I mean, CNN hyped the fact that they weren't going to show up at this Christmas party for like a day and a half and milk that as a news cycle. And I mean, this is really why America hates us, right? Like, they hate us for good reason, because when we don't go to Christmas parties, we make a big stink out of it. And that's not what people in Wisconsin do.
You know, Kat, whenever I'm looking at Trump about to say something, like with the Pocahontas thing, you can see in his brain that he's about to jump off a cliff.
Yeah.
Do you notice that? He's like this. He's like, is this the time where I talk about her? It's with Native Americans.
Yeah.
And then he jumps off a cliff. Isn't that what a comedian does? That you are always thinking about jumping off a cliff. Like, everything you say is a risk.
Right, but the interesting thing is he's not a comedian, he's a president, and now a lot of comedians think that they're politicians, and the president is a comedian, and that's just where we live now.
That is so true.
But, you know, again, kind of the wrong time for it. Again, it can't be offensive because she's not actually Native American and has taken resources from people who actually are Native American. So I don't know how she gets on TV and is that upset and people actually book her for that.
Yeah, I know.
I certainly don't understand that. But it would make more sense if the president drank a little bit.
Yeah.
It would just make more sense.
I know he's against alcohol.
Yeah.
I know it is, and people say, you know, he's had family, but this is where all the energy comes from, Tyrus. Like, I don't have a lot of energy at night.
You don't? You never stop talking.
I know. That's about it, though.
Yeah.
I don't do much else, Tyrus.
Don't want to know.
Except stare at your photo.
Okay. There's a question coming?
No.
This is why I don't go to the Christmas parties.
Yeah.
Stuck at a table with him. So.
I love Christmas parties, okay?
Yeah, you weren't invited either.
No, I wasn't, but I would have gone, even if everyone hated me, because those are the best parties. You just sit in the corner with your cocktail glaring at everyone and play the victim. It's amazing.
Who lives like that?
Me!
I'm not going.
No, you know what the worst thing is, Tyrus? People who say they're invited and then say, I'm not going, right?
I never said I was invited. I'm not going.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about other people that I know.
Oh, like, I was going to go, but I had a thing. Yeah, what thing would you have that was more important than the president's Christmas party?
Do you think that this is an interesting reversal of a polarized relationship where the media always targeted a public figure? This is the first time that a public figure targets the media, and we don't know how to deal with it?
Well, I'll tell you how I deal with it. Literally, I'm just like, I mean, Here's the thing, like this week for Trump, I think has been like it's been so hard because I'm excited about the tax. I think we're going to get the tax going through. I'm excited about that. It looks good. But there's been so many distractions that are just not needed. And I think when you talked about like that pause, that's not him. That's his conscience going, bro, please, no, don't. And then he says it, you know.
Yeah.
And even the thing with the retweets, like he didn't bother to.
That was the problem.
He didn't bother to look at who was sending the stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like he's focused on all the wrong things. And like, here's the thing about the stuff he put out there, whether it was Pocahontas or the Muslim attacks from the neo-Nazi group in England. The problem is it's going to hurt our agenda because when the travel ban comes back, I believe it comes back in like 3 weeks. I got another part of it. They're going to use that to hurt our security. They're going to say, well, it's about keeping Muslims out, and then a judge is going to say, oh, well, we can't use it. And that's the problem. Some of the stuff is entertaining, but it hurts our agenda in the long run.
Yeah, not all of his tweets are perfect.
No, and he's not. But that's why he was elected. He's not a perfect politician, and we don't want him to be. But sometimes, just you know.
That's where Jamie, any
Actually, you really got me thinking now about the look Trump gave. Like, it's really, really funny. You're right. Like, there was that like, he literally looks like, you know, like when you give your dog part of your steak?
Yes.
And he's like...
That's what it is.
You know?
And it's like, that is also the face that you see before people get suspended for a week from a TV show. In my brain, this joke, it could be really funny. And then I say it, and then you get the call, and then you're home for a paid vacation. It's true. Prince Harry is set to marry. Let's toast with some sherry. The royal wedding we'd like to see. That's next. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle turn the world on with their sparkle. The two announced their engagement this week, a true Cinderella story. He's a royal prince, she's an American actress, and I'm a swarthy talk show host on the outside looking in. Surely he swept her off her feet with some grand romantic gesture.
It's a standard, typical night for us.
It's a cozy night. What were we doing? Just roasting chicken and having
trying to roast chicken.
Trying to roast a chicken.
Roasting a chicken. What could that mean? What kind of code? What kind of sick things are these two people into? So the wedding is slated for May. I won't be invited to that either. As a rule, I don't care about royals or their weddings, but Meghan's one of us, an American, and she's marrying into, let's be honest, the monarchy of which our founding fathers fought and died to be independent. So this is a wedding I'm looking forward to. I can already imagine the promo.
Are you ready to get kicked in the family jewels by the next generation of antiquated government? Watch two great nations bury the hatchet from the War of 1812, 206 years later. It's the Wedding Royale Extravaganza, live from an old red phone booth. Witness the mover, the shaker, the Nazi costume maker, Prince Harry, as he ties the knot with American actress and aspiring chimney sweep Meghan Mama Markle. This wedding will get you more Union jacked up than William Wallace at Falkirk. So bring your tea and crumpets, mate. One lucky viewer will win David Beckham's foot, still in a shoe. It's the Wedding Royale Extravaganza. Pip pip cheerio, mother.
That is how America does a royal wedding. All right, Bree, you are a woman. Women have strong feelings about royalty, and I don't know why. Please explain your feelings.
Yeah, my feelings are that I'm glad that we're free from them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And also, I'm wondering, do you think she has to renounce her U.S. citizenship in order to become a royal? Because that would be a deal breaker for me.
Yeah, it's true.
I'd be like, can't do it. Got to retain the passport. Got to have the U.S. passport. But speaking of women, a lot of feminists were mad at Meghan Markle because they're upset that she's quitting her job to become a princess.
I know.
Which is funny. There's a lot of things going on there. But, I mean, she's liberal, right? So you would think, like, if I was a liberal, I'd be so happy that now the newest generation of royals is going to have this liberal person who loves Hillary Clinton and wrote fan letters to her.
Yeah.
So the logic there doesn't really make sense.
It doesn't. You know, Kat, I'm thinking about her ex-husband. He must hate this because I bet he was sarcastically calling her princess during the divorce.
I hate this, Greg.
Why? Tell me.
I'm offended because a lot of good men fought and died in the 1770s for my right to not have to care about an English wedding.
Yeah, it's true.
Thank you. There's attendees of the Boston Tea Party who are very upset at you for bringing this up. I don't like weddings. Okay.
Yeah, I
don't like
know.
wedding stories. I'm so alone. This morning, I literally woke up next to a book of Sylvia Plath poetry with my cat asleep on top of it.
Oh my God.
That's too much. That's like a die alone starter pack. Now you're asking about an English wedding? Come on, give me a break.
Oh my God.
USA! USA!
Yes.
Thank you.
I hope you have an electric oven.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, Tyrus.
Huh?
I need your perspective on this. Is it weird that, like, the concept of royalty seems that it's weird in the Middle East, but we find it adorable here. Do you understand? It's weird in the Middle East when you see the guys in the long robes, but we love it in England. The long robes. I am so culturally inept.
Oh man, if I could just
That was your
characterize-
question, by the way.
You know what? He could have asked me the square root of 360. I still have the same answer. I don't care.
Come on, but you gotta have it.
Here's my opinion. I don't care.
No.
I give. Oh man, what's my little? I give a rat's ass about what.
See, that's what I did. I made mine principled.
Nepotism born into some money guy does as far as getting married in England. I just don't care. I got too much stuff going on around me to care about what. I mean, their tree line, their family line goes like that. I mean, I just don't care.
All right, I get it. You don't,
We don't care. One person I know texts me like, bro, guess what?
Yeah, I know.
The Prince. I know, dog. I know.
It's the Super Bowl for some people. I would call the other gender, Jamie. But what do you? I think you're excited about it as a male, about the ring, and that was exciting.
Yeah, and you know, Greg, I've been married for a long time, and it's been 14 years as of this past.
Congrats!
And I'll be honest with you guys, I don't even remember the last time we roasted chicken. We have similarities, though, me and the Prince. The ring he got, if you guys saw, it's beautiful. It's really big. Those are dissimilar to ours. But where the similarities begin is the diamond he got it from a place that he spent a lot of time in his child. I think it was Botswana. Am I saying?
Yeah, Botswana.
Botswana. And could you edit out where I said it really wrong and look stupid?
Yes.
He got it from Botswana, a place that he had spent a lot of time in his childhood. And I actually did the same thing with my wife, for real. No joke. I bought her a diamond from a place I spent a lot of time in my childhood. It's called Pawn Shop. And they also said, remember they used to tell you, like, use 2 months salary for your. I just picked 2 months when I was not working, and so it's a smaller ring. But I'm excited for them. Good for they look happy.
I just think I keep going back. You gotta hate it when an ex improves on you. You know what I mean? It's like it's in an odd way because she's marrying Prince, and he's got to be jealous of her. It's a weird thing. It's like he's kind of like, I could have married a prince.
Whoa, Greg, let's not be so quick. Sometimes when they leave, you're so excited and you're just thinking to yourself, you poor bastard. Enjoy, bruh. I give it 6 months. You know,
I think you're right, though.
Sometimes divorced dudes like, bye.
Yeah, you know what?
Like, bye.
The other part of the story is she's leaving one of her dogs behind because I think he's too sick to travel. Is that the case? But how can a dog? I mean, you're in the air. You're not swimming across the Atlantic. Like a dog, they can run a private jet.
What kind of a person leaves their dog like, bye, sorry, I gotta go, get married?
One day my prince will come and you're dead.
The sad thing is the dog will be waiting for it.
My prince comes, you're going to the little woods in the sky. All right, up next, a story about Victoria's Secret. Yes, a story about Victoria's Secret, which allows us to run tape of Victoria's Secret. There's foul play among the lingerie. Leftists declaring martial law on the lacy bra. Social justice warriors accuse this week's Victoria's Secret fashion show of cultural appropriation. Primarily a segment called Nomadic Adventure, which featured costumes inspired by tribal and Native American dress. Wrote one sad blogger, quote, putting non-Native models in traditional Native dress should be recognized as, at best, incongruous. Did I say that right? I've never said that word before. And at worst, offensive. Incongruous? Incongruous? Anyway, now I didn't watch the show because I was working out. It was quad night. But it's an important story. It's an important story because it's the exact opposite of something happening at Brown University. Get this. According to the College Fix, the school is changing its grad school application to allow students to self-identify as persons of colors. So to sum this up, in a social justice warrior's world, a white girl can't wear the headdress of a certain culture, but she can totally identify as them. Makes perfect sense. Isn't that right, Captain Furball? I would identify as Captain Furball any day. Tyrus,
No.
No?
No.
No what?
Pick someone else.
No, you can't do this. This is now 2 segments in a row.
Well, you're not talking about anything fun.
What do you say? This is not supposed to be Let's Make Tyrus Happy Day.
It never has been, Greg.
All right.
And by the way, I got a question for you. What workout do you do that emphasizes quads? I would love to know that.
Leg lifts. Leg lifts.
Leg lifts.
Leg lifts, squats.
Yeah.
I don't use weights. I use body resistance of my trainer.
Okay. I asked.
Trainer is a guy I met in a park.
Look, man.
Look, either have an answer or I'm not coming to you for the rest of the show.
Promise?
Yes.
No, you know what, man? The Brown thing, I guess Rachel Dozier is the new dean of students because now you can be whatever you want. That was the lady who pretended to be black for 5 million years.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. If you want to be whatever you want in your safe space at college, go for it. Because eventually you have to be in the real world. And when I was in college and we had friends and me and the brothers, we kind of hung out, and every once in a while we'd have a few of the white guys who played ball would become buddies with us, and everything would be cool, and they'd be part of the group, and everything would be great. And then one night they would have too much fun, and they would say just the wrong thing culturally, and they would be reminded that we're cool, but we're not that cool. So I think they're sending a really bad message. And as far as Victoria's Secret goes, I mean, let's be real, man. That's not even about us anyways. We don't care about lingerie. I don't care about lingerie. I'll take sweats and a good yes. Then I'll give 2 damns about
sweats.
Lingerie.
You know, Jamie.
See, look at him. Look at him. He won't admit it. Go to the camera on him. He's like this.
I did do that until the camera got here.
Yes. Jamie, thoughts on this topic?
Well, I feel like the Victoria's Secret thing, I mean, isn't it so surprising that people that put on the thing where the women walk out in their underwear didn't think this through completely? I just think, is it that big of a deal? I saw one story came out and it says, it's not hot, it's wrong. And I was like, come on, it's hot. You can't, it might be wrong, but don't lie to people.
Yes.
And then and some of those pictures were hard to look away from. I don't know if you noticed, but a couple of the girls had huge, gigantic fake wings.
I know.
And did people used to fly? What does that even mean?
It's amazing. They're angels. Sent from hot angel land, I guess. Bree, it's cultural appropriation everywhere. Everything we do is taken from some other culture, right?
Right, because we live in a Western civilization, and that's kind of the point of Western civilization, is that we have a long history of appropriating things.
Yes.
Right, in ways that are nice and sometimes in ways that are not nice. But, the logic that you pointed out of, in some circles, it's okay to self-identify as a certain race, but if you dress up like one, that's not okay. I mean, it hurts my head, wearing a tight Indian feather headband, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I do think that, the goalposts are just forever changing, and I think that that's intentional, right? I mean, these are the people that gave us the perpetual revolution.
It never ends, Kat.
Yes, Greg?
I predict this will culminate in specific self-identification. You could identify perhaps as a specific historical figure who is dead. What if you decided that you woke up and you wanted to be Benjamin Franklin?
I do.
Yes, I thought so.
I am. From now on, you have to call me Benjamin.
Yes.
And treat me with that kind of respect. No, when we talk about this cultural appropriation stuff and the Victoria's Secret stuff, I want to quit my job, quit my life, and just spend time going around reminding all of these people that we are actually all going to die someday.
Yes, that is true.
And nobody's going to be on their deathbed like, I wish I'd spent more time attacking culturally insensitive underwear. And I feel so bad dying before I've done it, but it's so hard to live in a world where underwear is not always perfectly politically correct. I mean, this took time out of this person's life, which is limited to rights. Was it the best use?
No.
I would say no.
No. Good point, good point, good point. I think one day I'm going to wake up and I'm going to believe that I'm Oprah. And the first thing I'm going to say is, where's Stedman?
Right here, bro.
Yeah.
I'll be Stedman.
You'll be Stedman.
What? Have you ever seen them together?
I think it's beautiful, actually. I'm touched by that. All right, coming up. So where in the world is Matt Lauer? Probably hiding under a 30 Rock. Here today, gone tomorrow. Matt Lauer, now out of power, for allegedly a litany of highly questionable sexually inappropriate behavior. That's what happens these days, unless you're in Congress. Congress, by the way, just voted this week to start mandatory sex harassment training. Welcome to the 21st century, Congress. Meantime, a Detroit attorney named Dana Nessel is running for Michigan Attorney General on this platform.
We need more women in positions of power, not less. So, when you're choosing Michigan's next Attorney General, ask yourself this. Who can you trust most not to show you their penis in a professional setting? Is it the candidate who doesn't have a penis? I'd say so.
It's come to that. And how all of this is having an effect on office Christmas parties. Vox Media is ditching its open bar to help curb unprofessional behavior, which seems absurd. Martinis don't grope people. People grope people. Make of this whole thing, Kat. Do you want to talk about the death of the open bar?
Yeah, well, the interesting thing about this no alcohol party, which I can't believe I just said interesting and no alcohol party in the same
Yes.
phrase there, is that all the news doesn't really have anything to do with alcohol.
Right.
Matt Lauer, totally sober when he apparently asked for that little rape button underneath his desk, and everyone else who helped him install it as if it was normal was apparently totally sober too. These people were at work. It's not alcohol, it's that he's a bad dude and he's a predator. And we need, yeah, bad dude, predator. And we need to take men out of positions of power if they are abusing their power to prey on the weak. Don't take our booze. That's not what we need to take away.
You know what really ticks me off is when a trend occurs and soils a word. The movie Predator is so good.
It is.
And now when you can't. I don't think you can watch Predator anymore, Jamie.
It's so. You ever seen the movie Creepy Rapist? You can't even say that anymore. I think.
Let me ask you about this open bar thing. Is this kind of like an unnecessary consequence of fear and panic, or is it legit?
It's weird, man. I have never been to a wedding that did not have an open bar because I don't go. I think it's a good message. It's a message of saying, hey, nobody's getting blasted at this party and doing something they regret unless they bring cash.
Yes. That's the barrier to entry.
Right? Don't you just buy drinks?
Yeah, no, I'm afraid you're going to have to buy drinks.
You know what I do like, though? I've drank in my past. I had a very storied drinking career. And but I do like that it takes away, I think it's the amateur drunks that cause the most problems.
You're right.
And I feel like the professional drunk is going to drink anyway. He's going to drink beforehand. The Christmas party is where you have people that don't normally drink.
Yes.
Drinking in the open bar being free is an opportunity for bad things to happen.
Yeah,
so I don't mind it at all.
Yeah, they call it the amateur hour, Bree. What do you make of this story?
You know, if you had told me a year ago that sexual immorality would be cool again, I wouldn't believe you. And if you were saying that Vox is forging the way, I definitely wouldn't believe
Yes.
you. But that's really what's happening now, right? And the whole thing is really funny because they're the same people that made fun of Mike Pence.
Right.
For being like, oh, I don't get trashed with other girls who aren't my wife, right?
Yeah,
they were like, wow, how backward. And then the Christmas party, that's the theme, right? Being sober.
Yeah.
So that's just interesting twist.
Yeah, the Pence thing was, I'm never alone with
I
anybody.
won't have
who isn't
dinner
my
with a
wife.
woman unless my wife is present.
Yeah, exactly.
Genius.
Yeah, it is. Do you agree with him?
I have to.
Yeah,
I
yes.
have to. Here's the thing about the open bar and Congress getting sexual harassment training. I'm assuming that when you get into political office, you've had another job, you've had education and life experience. Do you really need training on what is right to do and what not right to do with another human being? So, and to put it all together, bringing up things like the open bar, bringing up things like training, it's because we can't have that conversation yet.
Yes.
We cannot have a real conversation about sexual harassment. We cannot, until we're able to have a real conversation when we say things that maybe you don't want to hear, but it's the truth. Until we can have that conversation, we're going to continue to do things like this. We just can't have it.
We can't have a conversation because the uncomfortable questions about it can get you into trouble.
You could lose your career off asking an honest question.
Yeah, so you can't.
You just don't. So we can't. Until we have that conversation, it's the conversation that you're having when you're not in front of a camera, when you're sitting at home or you're in a coffee shop or whatever.
Yeah.
We can have that conversation on this platform, then we'll see some change.
Where are all, I got a good point. Good point. Gotta go. I'm just wondering where all of these men are going when they get shamed. Is there like a retirement community for older handsy men? They're all just wandering around. They're all in their late 60s or 70s. Matt Lauer's 86.
I would imagine.
You know that?
I would imagine it's a lot of watching Law and Order.
Yeah.
And sitting around and going.
They have like robe watch.
Yeah.
All right, is everybody's robes closed? Anyway, coming up, some people want to ban glitter. What will they come for next? Hopefully not Elmer's glue. It's delicious. They're bitter over glitter. Environmental scientists, aren't they all, are calling for a worldwide ban on glitter because it's a pollution risk. The problem goes like this. Glitter is microplastic that's too small to be filtered out by water treatment plants, so it eventually ends up in our oceans where it's eaten by unsuspecting fish who really should be grateful. But the point is, we eat those fish, the fish that ate that glitter. But here's my problem. Without glitter, my cat wouldn't look so awesome. Okay, he's very classy. Jamie, this is the war on fun, right?
I am very excited about this news.
Really?
I have children. I have a daughter. I have a house full of glitter. I can't wait to tell her what she's doing is ruining the earth. I hope that next they discover the same thing for Play-Doh, slime, Legos would be awesome if they could do that next. I would like to get rid of all the stuff that's ruining my house. That would be a great way to tell them not to play with it. I do, however, the only thing I don't like about this story, the glitter can be useful in some circumstances, like for safety, you know, as a reflector for strippers walking home in the dark.
You know, it's... Tyrus.
Yo, oh, of course, stripper goes to Tyrus.
I haven't, no, actually, wait till I get to the question. You're going to actually be angrier.
Great.
Do you know that glitter solves crime because it's an excellent forensic evidence tool? Because there are thousands of different commercial-style glitter. So when they find glitter on a crime scene or a murder scene, Tyrus, they can trace it back to the person because there's so many specific types of glitter. So if you ban glitter, you're actually going to allow murderers to run free, Tyrus.
Oh, my God. Oh, wow.
Yes.
I'm so excited. I thought it was just to stop ruining marriages. Guys coming home from the strip club with glitter. Now it's gone. So you can say, I was at the golf club, honey. You know, this glitter, I don't know where this glitter came from. You know, glitter, confetti, like it's all that stuff's mixed together. And,
Party kazoo, sequins,
yeah, so,
spanklers.
Rip Taylor was a global terrorist. No one knew. You know?
Yes. Poor Rip Taylor.
Throwing this glitter up in the air and killing people, and just everything is bad for the earth.
Everything is bad, including the earth.
Everything is bad for the earth.
You know what's really bad for the earth? Earth. What has Earth done for Earth lately with their volcanoes? It's like, hey, let's just blow up. The Earth has no. The Earth is irresponsible about the Earth. Kat, did you know that glitter is 30,000 years old? They had mica flakes in cave paintings. 6,000 years ago, Egyptians used to produce cosmetics using beetle shells.
It's very beautiful, Greg.
Thanks.
I also think if the world did end because of glitter, that would be awesome.
Yeah, it would be.
What better way to end? What, again, have a meteor that's so lame? I think the best thing for our brand as Earth would be too much glitter. Jupiter would be like, what happened to Earth? And Saturn would be like, they glittered themselves to death.
Yes.
And then Jupiter would be like, that place sounds like it was dope.
Yeah. It is. It's a way to go, Bree. I don't want to live in a world without glitter.
Yeah, that's a great point. Neither do I.
Yes.
I mean, our lip glosses both have glitter.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was an accident. I fell on it. All right, Bree.
Yeah, well, I mean, if environmentalists had their way, we'd be living in, like, yurts.
Yes.
And eating our own, excrements, which goes into the ocean also.
That is
true. I mean, of the things we're going to be upset about going into the ocean, I'm more upset about that than I am about the glitter. Just saying.
I wouldn't mind living in a yurt, though.
I wish I knew what it was.
A yurt is like it's a precious way of saying tent.
Could you imagine the new horror movies and be like, oh my God, the guy has glitter poisoning. Run, he's gonna shine on us. So it's gonna be great.
There was a horror movie
new
called
zombie.
Glitter.
It'll be Land of the Walking Glitter. Fabulous looking people chasing after you.
Do you remember there was a movie called Glitter? Mariah Carey.
Yeah, I remember.
No, I don't remember. Mariah who?
Maria, do you know nobody?
Oh, the lady that forgot her lines last year at the New Year's Eve party.
Yes,
yeah, I remember her.
Yes.
I love your facts, though, Greg. Those were interesting.
I have a lot of glitter facts, by the way.
I can't wait to watch Law and Order Glitter. Where they just trace different glitters.
Exactly.
Glitter.
Do you know that there are over, I think, 100,000 different types of glitter?
I knew that. I don't think everybody knew, though.
I can honestly say that I'm glitter ignorant.
All right. You're glignorant.
Yeah, I'm glignorant.
All right.
I have half of those on my couch and my rug on my floor.
If it starts coming out of you, you're in trouble. All right, don't go anywhere. Up next, Kat Timpf goes undercover. It's the hidden camera video that will have at least 3 to 4 people talking. Finally tonight, Kat has something to share. Kat!
Thanks, Greg.
Welcome.
So I wanted to talk about my favorite story this week, which is James O'Keefe and Project Veritas. They're known for going after left-leaning groups using hidden cameras. This week, they tried to plant a false story about Roy Moore in the Washington Post, and it failed spectacularly because the Post sniffed it out. But it got me thinking, hidden cameras are sometimes the best way to get the truth. So I conducted my own little sting operation, Greg, with your staff to see how they really felt about you. I'm calling it Project Catitas.
All right, I'm in the green room before the show. It's where all the staff hangs out. They don't know that I'm hiding this camera, but I'm gonna.
Hey, Kat, it's almost showtime.
Awesome. Do you have a second?
Yeah, totally.
Has Greg ever behaved inappropriately at work?
If you would consider how he mentors at-risk youth, I would say yeah.
What's the best thing he's ever done for you?
You know, he gave me his kidney, right? I mean, I was a goner for sure, and he was like, here, take mine.
You seem pretty excited about that.
Well, it's like Greg always says, I might be O negative, but it's okay to be positive.
He says that.
All the time.
What's the thing that bothers you the most about Greg?
We each have to give him a bite of our lunch, and if he likes it, he keeps it. I could do without that.
Damn, dude. Anything else?
Yeah, one time on Christmas morning, he made me come into the office just to make sure his computer was turned off.
Has Greg been acting weird lately?
Yeah, now that you mention it, he was late to our meeting the other day, and he only said sorry once. He didn't say sorry more than once. Can you believe that?
Really doesn't seem that weird.
Yeah, but then later that day, I smiled at Greg, and he didn't even smile back. Granted, I was watching him on TV, but I still think he should have known.
Maybe you're the weird one.
That's very possible.
So how long you been working for Greg?
About 10 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, worst 10 years of my life.
So why do you still work for him?
When I tried to quit, he showed up at my house wearing a trench coat, holding a boombox, playing the song "In Your Eyes."
That's scary.
I think we learned a lot. I think you have a scoop. You have a scoop. All right. Thank you, Jamie Lissow. Check him out.